yeah, I won't take much of your time because yes, it's all about Shobita today. But I would like to just say a few words about the brand first. And actually, thank you for Shobita because she said that she really wanted to be there when we started this validity, but she said she would like to be there when we talk about the brand and we also show you a small performance. So I think the Adhyam, if I was to define it, I think it's a brand from the heart. It is first about the weaving community. It's actually about the betterment and the livelihood of the weaving community. And then, of course, it is the front end of it is like how you experience any brand. Also, its heart obviously lies therefore in textiles and handloom. But then there is the storytelling that defines us. It's all about what is made in various places and why is it made and why is it so relevant even today and why should it be carried forward. So our entire, so to say, the communication is about that. And then of course I think our audience, when they connect with the story, when they connect with the culture side of it, is when they love to engage with the textiles. So yes, the product obviously is about the various beautiful beads from various clusters that we work in, which is right from Kashmir to Pochampalli to Bhuj to Banaras to Gadwal. And yes, so that's really what we are all about. But of course, well, to make use of it first and now, so it's a delight that we have somebody who is so multifaceted, so I would say somebody who lives the sari so beautifully, somebody who makes the sari feel so contemporary and also current as well as just everyday. And I think that's what is the beauty as I see you compromising the look that we talk about in Aryan. But yes, I would like you to speak a few words before we unveil a short glimpse of what we have shot with you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Manish had said all the key points. I just want to say, I know this is really not about me taking kind of a cultural high ground and saying, oh, I'm all about culture and craft and art, and it's not about the distance of being someone who who's a connoisseur, all of that. I am just a girl who, in my journey the past few years, I have been exploring what is the culture of this country, how can I embrace it, and what is my history, what is my community's history, what is my family's history. Okay, my mother wears saris, my teacher wears saris, so inherently there is an attachment of dignity, of a certain grace that you associate all these things with the sari. And as a creative person, as you explore uh, how an artist expresses their thoughts, their emotions, or uh, their patience, their laughter, while they're creating this craft, it becomes part of that art. I do think sari is wearable art, and I am exploring what I like so much about it. I feel close to it. I feel like most myself when I'm wearing it, and it's definitely not a novelty thing. I think so many young people today are reclaiming Indian Indianness in a way with pride. I'm quite confident that we don't need another European brand to do a sari on the runway for us to call it ours. Um, yeah, this has been a delight. I'm very honored. This is a privilege really. Um, the work that Manish has put into this whole endeavor, it's just very inspiring to me. I'm learning. I'm sincerely a fan of the sari, and I am exploring textiles, starting with the textiles of my state. So yeah, that's really where I am.
We will do a small chat, which is a little later, but I think we should be just unveil the look first, the first look. So, and thank you for being the face and the voice of the brand. Sound is not coming. Start again. think what we do is that we will now, if you'd like to take a seat for. Also, like I mentioned, that we are about the system of textiles all about. So in this endeavor, we did an album which is called Hamsas, and it's on Spotify now, which is where we invited 8 artists to actually put together an album for us with various kind of classical and semi-classical forms. And each of them picked up a color. So like for example, the colors that you see behind, the syahi and the shade, and all of them therefore translated that color. What we've done is we've just taken very small excerpt of it, and we had Prachi Sathi here, who's actually going to give you a short glimpse into all of them as a quick trailer. And yeah, a little bit about Prachi Sathi, that she's a Bharatanatyam exponent for the last 20 years. She's also a voice artist for the last 30 years, where she's lended her voice to various eminent artists. She also has this YouTube channel which is called Raz Riyaz Ka, which is about what is the benefit of Riyaz, and where she invites exponents. And also, of course, lastly, that she hosts these art fairs, which are about promoting the various classical forms. And we also have Ananya with us. Ananya is an exponent of the Gwalior Gharana. She's been learning since the age of 4, and she's the one who actually helped us put together the album Hamsas. So she will also surprise us with something. A short glimpse of this before we get into the conversation with Shobita. Thank you. Over to you.
अच्छा तो ये आऊँ अरे किधर है
ये कबीर की धरती है, यहाँ एक दिल जुड़ा है। इस माटी ने जाने कितनी परंपराओं को पाला है। ये सपना एक धरोहर है, अंदर का है प्यार भरा। किसी कारीगर की उंगली में बड़े लगन से इसे कहा।
ब्रदर अरे तो बोलेगा तू
से केसर, गुलाब से गुलाबी लाएं, पीला सरसों के अंदर, हरियाली पत्तों से ली रंगों की बिछाई चौसर। धागा धागा जोड़ के हम जीवन की चदरियां बुन रहे हैं, यादों की संदूक खोल के हम चलो सपना सुनहरा चुन रहे हैं, चलो सपना सुनहरा चुन रहे हैं। यादों की संदूक में क्या क्या एहसास सलोने रखे हैं, रंगों के हैं इंद्रधनुष खुशबू खजाने रखे हैं। दादी की सूती साड़ी है, बादल के बिछौने रखे हैं। एक पर्दा जिससे छाते रहना, कहते थे कभी प्रीत कहानी। एक चूनर है रूमानी धानी, जिसमें लिपट के खिलाई जवानी। कुछ कच्चे धागों में बंधे रिश्ते दीवाने रखे हैं, फिर अपने मन की आहट से मिलने के बहाने रखे हैं। वो आंसू पोंछने वाला आंचल, वो गाने पर उतरा काजल, घूंघट से झांकती नाच की लाली, एक ओढ़नी चालने वाली। उस नानी के किस्से पुराने तकिए के सराहने रखे हैं, इस संदूक में झांको तो जाने कितने जमाने रखे हैं।
जाऊंगी और है पीर मेरे प्रेम पीर का संग तू तो साहिब मेरा महबूब इलाही।
सजनी छाई घटा घर घोर, सजनी छाई घटा घर घोर। हमरे पिया नहीं आए सजनी, हमरे पिया नहीं आए सजनी, हमरे पिया नहीं आए सजनी। छाई घटा घर घोर, सजनी छाई घटा घर घोर।
हो गया ना, अब क्या है? ये जब तक बैठी रहेगी तब तक इवेंट है।
तलाश उसको मैं कर्म तलाश उसको मैं कर्म वो है बदलती
So come, walk with us as Hamsas on this musical journey where every note holds a story and every story carries the soul of our culture. This is Adin. This is Hamsas. That's wonderful. Thank you, Ananya.
It was so beautiful. And she said, yeah.
What we actually witnessed just now is what I was earlier telling you about culture beyond textiles. And I think that's what is the genesis of everything that we do, that how we celebrate culture and not just textiles. So we have Shobita here, and that's why I think you were our first choice to be the face and the voice of the brand, because you are about multi-president roles. You have actually gone through various platforms whether it is film, whether it's OTT, whether it's international cinema, regional cinema, and I think these choices that you've made define you. So how and why did this happen, and is it something that just happened organically, or is it something that you have actually thought it through and this is how you want to show yourself to the rest of the world?
I think the choices that we make along our journey, even those circumstances,
भाई
what I
भाई
most
आ जाओ
felt
पीछे आ
connected
जाओ
with, I did that.
मत जाओ
So
आगे
looking back, I can look at it like a
पूरा लेंस के आगे
you
आके खड़े
know,
हो
okay,
जाओ
maybe there's a pattern, maybe there is, you know, something, but I don't think it was so deliberate. I instinctively did what I felt for, and looking back, it's not bad.
Also, of course, you wear the sari. The sari doesn't wear you, so you almost wear it like a second skin, and that's the beauty of the sari. Because sari is all about fluidity. It's about individual personality. It's about how you drape it and just own it. But yes, we are also definitely all about handloom textiles, and we do handloom textiles in various forms, not just sari. But we are here to obviously celebrate sari as a form. Is there something that you know, sort of consider what is the heirloom quality in this that you actually cherish? Because what we believe is, and what you see, we actually create heirlooms for the future. So we like to call it that because this is something what you know people generally get it as passed on over generations. But if you invest in them today, these are sarees which will also go further to the next generation. So is there any heirloom memory that you have, or how do you look at this aspect?
It's like what you said earlier. I literally like how skin sits differently on different frames, you know, different bodies, big, small, you know, whatever color, shape. All of our skins look different, like the way they sit on the body. I think of the sari as the same thing. The same sari doesn't look the same on two people. The same sari doesn't look like the same sari on the same person if they're in different mood. So the versatility and the fluidity of the sari I think is incredibly beautiful, and it's almost like a physical song. You know, there's a certain poetry to it. Of course, I had always been very drawn to sari ever since I was a kid because I couldn't wait for teacher's day because that's when we were allowed to wear sari to dress up as a teacher. And the college farewell. These were the first brushes, but when you know, it's almost like, oh, someday I'm going to be a woman. And how is that marked? Because you're allowed to wear a sari. You know, it becomes so synonymous with being beautiful for a kid. When our conversation about the sari first happened on a Zoom call long back, I was really moved by how passionate you were and how much respect you had for sari, because it's not just textile, right? It's not just down. Sure, there's so much technicality that you can appreciate, but it's really the cultural motif of India, and RPM's efforts towards that I have immense respect for. Yeah.
So also I would like to say that handloom is not just about the art form, but it's also about livelihood. It is actually the second largest, like in terms of Indian population, the second largest community is actually involved in handloom after agriculture. So I think this is also a facet that you touched upon earlier, that you really feel for the community, you feel for the art form, and is that why you chose us?
I feel like you guys chose me, and for that I'm incredibly grateful because you're really spearheading something so important, so special, and so necessary. There are, I mean, this is really not a Save the Sari campaign, right? Saris have always been out there as the most celebrated garment in our country. They still are and they will be. I don't think they are endangered in any form. I think what is really special now is how a lot of young people are taking pride in rediscovering their roots. Things that, like in my case, for example, I moved out of Visakhapatnam. I came to Mumbai. I was 16. And I was so excited and eager to not be like that and be like all these things. But then, as the years go on, not only do you grow up, but you also grow inwards. And life is a return to your roots. And the sari is a great visual metaphor of that. It adapts to you and makes you feel exactly as who you are. So I don't think the sari is endangered in any form. People are falling back in love with it, and it's a love story that will always shine.
See, that's exactly why you are the voice of the brand. So, what is your personal choice for sarees? I mean, any particular saree, like we did the shoot the other day, any particular saree that you really enjoyed wearing, or even what you're wearing today, if you want to say something about that?
I talk about this one because this is such an unexpected coming together of a Banarsi silk. And as the I don't know if you can see, it's a houndstooth sort of a design, which is associated with
Menswear, mostly.
menswear. It's quite British, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
So when that meets the sari, it's such an easy dance. There's it's so creatively put together. It's so beautiful, and it asks you to lean in a little bit to see what's been tucked in there. I love this. I saw it, the minute I saw it, I wanted to wear it. What do I really like in sarees in terms of weaves? So I don't know so much. I am learning. I'm exploring. A lot of the things that I used to look at pictures and be like, wow, that's so beautiful. When I wore it, I felt, okay, maybe this is not for me. And there were some which I thought, maybe that's not me, but when I did wear it, I felt it like it was an absolutely seamless experience. So finding what you love within a sari is also a journey where you kind of get to know yourself a little bit. Since about a couple of years, I've been researching away on sarees, and I'm actually really in love with the textiles from my state because I've started to explore those around the time of a little before my wedding. Because I wanted to wear things that I saw in photographs of the women in the sari, and it looked so beautiful to me. So some of the textiles from Andhra, the Venkatagiri weaves, Upada like we spoke about, you've done Pochampally, cluster. But there's so much to explore, so much nuance.
If you don't mind asking, can I ask how many sarees do you own? How many times do you fall in love to actually just buy a saree?
I think that is like a question like you don't ask a woman her age, you don't ask how many sarees I own. The answer is
Fair enough.
not enough sarees.
Yes, that's really true. So also building on what you said earlier, the Gen Z and the millennials are also looking at it with a different lens and they're also owning it. So any further, do you think that what we create, let's say at Argil, whatever you've seen of us, do you think we are in the right direction to actually make them feel good about wearing sarees? Because that's what is required. Because I think the last generation wore it as just their normal daily life. Now today people are wearing it more for occasions. But I think the life of handloom, which is where mostly sarees, actually in people owning it in an everyday life. So anything that you would like to say on that aspect? Like normalizing it.
One thing I realized a little while ago is that when we say sari is a trade, we literally have to use it like a trade, right? We only do the conventional, like this, the navy trade. But beyond this, there are so many styles of wearing the sari that can very beautifully adapt to whatever functionality you need. Like back in the day, women, when they needed to kind of move freely. They would wear it with Dhoti style. So I feel like if we can get experimental with it, I think we can have a lot more fun with it. And a sari doesn't just become, something that you're stiff in, but it moves with you. And as far as younger people discovering or rediscovering saris go, I think the love affair has rekindled. Thanks to, I would never thought I would say this, but actually thanks to social media, because I feel there are people out there who sharing it in a way that connects with and I see the change.
I think I find it most inspiring when I see women riding a bike in a sari. I mean, you could pretty much do everything in a sari, that's right. So now that you're married and with your schedules, with your various, every day is a new day, and therefore, how do you actually find time and occasion? Do you think that you normally tend to choose sari for more family occasions or more special occasions, or do you try and incorporate it yourself in your regular wardrobe as well?
Wearing it for occasions has always been with the norm, but beyond that, I think there have been many days when I just wanted to feel the feels. So I wore a sari on a random weekday or a weekend when I step out. I mean, I don't relegate it to like, oh, is the occasion, like hectic enough for a sari? I don't think like that anymore. I think sari is something. Okay, what kind of sari can I wear for this? Okay, I'm at home, maybe I can explore Malmar, maybe I can explore something else. So for me, a sari is not, it's not a distant thing that I have to find an occasion for. And I mean, it makes it easy for this to sound like some kind of a brand conversation, but I want to put this out there because I think it's really special. Artyom is a social enterprise. So all profits made go back to the weaving community, and I think that is something that's really, really commendable. If this is a conversation where, we're pushing the narrative because we want to benefit out of it, that's one way of, promoting something. But here is an opportunity for us to put this brand in the spotlight for people not only to discover what they love so much about textile and handloom in India, but also to give back to the community that makes it possible. I think it's really special, it's really rare, it's completely privileged to partner with this.
Thank you so much. Lastly, I'm just going to go back to culture beyond textile. So we celebrate art, cinema, performing arts, music, kathak, all sorts of cultural facets that define India. And that's how we do the storytelling, that's how we talk to our audience. So now that you are the voice of the brand, is there a message that you would like to give our audience as to how they should really own it and perceive it?
I would just say that people should lean into fabrics because once you understand the complexity and the magic and the beauty of textile, there's no going back. I think that's a love story that can be extremely fun, glamorous, exciting, philosophically even. So I would say people should explore fabric and textile with a little more interest in that, because that's what changed it for me. When I discovered that, I suddenly felt like Narnia has opened. There's a whole other world out there.
Which is what it's the immersive world that we also try and create. And I hope to do that with you over the next few months. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank you so much.
And we really enjoyed having you here.
Thank you.
Thank you. A big thank you to all of you for being
Sir.
here as well. And please, the wine is still going. Yeah.
ये अरुण नीचे कर मोबाइल। मेरा फ्रेम में आ रहा है। हाँ और क्या। मैगी खाली बस ना।
सोलो बोलेगा।
अरे 2 मिनट।
सेंटर यहाँ पे। सोलो बोल यहाँ पे। इतना स्लो बोलेगा।
सोलो सोलो।
लुक सेंटर, लुक सेंटर।
धन्यवाद।
समझ में नहीं आ रहा।
A space where artisans and imagination walk hand in hand.
चला करा
Heritage lives in music too. In rhythm, in language,